What's up, guys? It's Bullseye here, coming at you with another video today. Day before Terminal comes out, for me at least, it came out today. Um, but yeah, tomorrow should be a really fun day. I'm just gonna play Terminal. But, so I have this gameplay for you today. It's a 44 GB S&D on hard hat. I believe I go 5-1, but this is a really cool gameplay because it's actually against Black Ops Pro Fears, who played for Leverage at Providence, and then he's been playing with like Aches, TP, Rambo, and I saw him playing with Obey yesterday. So he's in this game. Cool guy. And then another thing, if you guys aren't subscribed to Nadeshot, Optic Nadeshot. I definitely go subscribe to him. He's got some great videos, but I'm telling you guys this because the other day he posted a video. It was an S&D on bootleg, and I was actually one of the guys he was playing against. Our team got just straight slapped, but he dropped some massive kills in that game, but he only gets one death, and I kill him for that one death. So if you guys want to go see that, just type in Optic Nadeshot, go to his channel, and then just look for that bootleg S&D gameplay. But here, I'm gonna get this started really quickly. Um, I'm actually not gonna be doing many breakdowns anymore. I'm gonna actually be doing a little history about me and where I've been coming from and like where I started as a gamer, like all the way back until like my first game, like way back in the day. Because I know a lot of people have been wondering, like, where have I gotten the gamer tag Bullseye from? Where have I started? What Call of Duties did I start first playing in? And all that good stuff. Um, so I'm just gonna go straight from like way, way back when. So I'm almost 19. I'm turning 19 in September, just to give you guys a heads up, just so you guys kind of know how old I am, just compared to like time frame and everything. And this may turn out to be like a 3 episode long about me kind of thing. So so basically, I started gaming when I was probably like 5 or 6, just like with my Game Boy. I mean, back in the day, I never had like a like a console until like 2002-ish. But yeah, I started playing like the Game Boy Color back when I was like 5 or 6, and like Pokemon back then was the shit. And I used to play the hell out of that. So I had like the Game Boy Color, all these games, and then like I had Pokemon Blue, which was like my favorite game. But I used to play at my friend's house a lot, and he had like an N64. We used to play like GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart. Mario Kart was so good on N64. Like all those classic N64 games. Just used to play those all the time. So, that was just like for fun when I was really young. Like gaming was nowhere near as big of like a thing of my life as it is now. Um, I'm pretty sure I got my Game Boy Color in like 1999. I was like 6 then, and I was in like kindergarten. Um, and I was obsessed with like the Pokemon series back then. And then I believe I got like the Game Boy Advanced in like 2001-ish. I'm pretty sure that was the first like like gaming device I actually bought. I'm pretty sure like the Game Boy Color was a hand-me-down or something like that. But yeah, I bought the Game Boy Color or the Game Boy Advance, and then like Pokemon. Like I just bought like tons of Pokemon games. Like by the end of like when I had my Game Boy Advance, I had like the blue, the gold, the platinum, the silver, and like the sapphire one. And I just thought when you're a kid, like Pokemon is like the coolest thing ever. And that's like the game that I remember as a kid the most, I think. Um so then like after all like the whole Game Boy stuff, I was getting older. like in 2002, so I was almost like, I'd say 9 to 10 years old, almost like 9 years old, I think. I got my GameCube, and I don't have my original GameCube anymore, but I actually bought another one because my original broke. But I still have a GameCube in my room, and I still think it's like one of the better game consoles of all time, basically. Just because the games are so fun. But yeah, I play games like Sonic, Spider-Man, but my all-time favorite was Super Smash Bros. Melee. If you have not played that game, oh my god, that game is a blast. I've stayed up more nights playing that game than not Call of Duty, but a lot of games. So yeah, you know, I was playing that for a while, and then like 2004, like I'm gonna say late 2004, I got my Xbox, and I played that a ton, but it was mostly like sports games like FIFA 2005, NBA Live 2005, Madden 06, so a lot of that. And then I remember, this is a little bit farther down the road, but I remember I had Call of Duty Big Red 1 on the Xbox. There's no like Xbox Live for that game, but it was single player. No, I'm gonna step back a little bit though, because a lot of people don't know, but I actually started like my real hardcore gaming like on PC, not actually like on console games. I actually started on PC. So going back a little farther, in 2003, you know, I used to have like the old Dell like white on white computers. I remember I remember this. This is weird. I remember I was in Office Max one day, and in the Office Max near me, there's like this just bin of like cheap ass old PC games. And I remember I was looking through there, and I was with my mom, and my mom's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just looking to see if I can like buy any cheap games just to play." And she's like, "All right, well you can choose one." And I'm like, "Sweet." So I saw this one game, and it caught my eye because it was like really, it kind of jumped out at me. And I looked at it, and it was like, it had like all these awards on it, and it was like Game of the Year and all this stuff. And it was like Age of Empires. And I bought that game, went home, played it, and I just like was obsessed with it. And I started playing that game, and I loved it. And then, you know, I played that game and a couple other games, but mostly Age of Empires. And then I think my family actually ended up investing in a better computer. This was, oh, I don't even know when this was, like 2004. One of those old Dell XPs, which back in the day, those were pretty decent computers, like power-wise. So yeah, I got the Dell XP, and then, I actually bought Age of Empires 2 and like the Conquerors edition, and I started playing that. And at that time, I had this really good friend, and we'd always like play video games, and like back in the day, I used to like skateboard with him, and so like we'd skateboard and stuff. But he was like a really big gamer and like a really big PC gamer. So he like, we're talking one day, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I found this awesome game. It's called Call of Duty 2." And I'm like, "Whoa, I've never heard of that. It sounds sweet, though." And he's like, "Yeah, it's a World War II first-person shooter." And I'm like, "Sweet, can I play it?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he brings it over to my house, and we start playing, and it's just like, it's the coolest thing ever. And so I go out and buy it one day, and that game, Call of Duty 2, is the game that basically propelled me into hardcore gaming, because that is the game that I played just so much. I mean, this was in Call of Duty 2, I believe, came out in late 2004, 2005. And I mean, that game was incredible. Personally, I think that's one of the best Call of Duties. It didn't have any custom classes, no kill streaks, nothing like that. It was really simplistic. But anyone who played it back in the day, with all the people that played it, especially on PC, it was such a good and well-rounded game. So yeah, so obviously the game's coming to an end. This will most likely be like a 3, possibly 4, maybe even 5-part series. So I ended up on the start of the COD 2 scene. I'll get into like my whole gamer tag in the next episode. So as you see, I go 5-0. Sorry, 5-0. Fears goes 4-4 in this map. We do 4-0 them on this map, and we ended up winning the GB in actually the third map. And Fears, he hasn't been playing. I really respect all pros, and the other guys I can't say too much for because I've never really heard of them much, but they weren't the greatest. But Fears is a really great player. I know he hasn't been playing a ton during MW3. I know he just got more back into it. But second map on Dome, he straight slapped our team. I think he went 13-2 and basically single-handedly won the game for their team. So hopefully you guys tune in for the next one. Hopefully you guys have a good day. I will see you guys later.